So this is Ceanothus, Ceanothus G, Ceanothus, I'm not really sure. Low growing, spreading habit, considered a ground cover here. Evergreen, so I'm just calling it a broadleaf evergreen. It's a nursery that we don't really get out to very often, but that's where we found some good deals on older material, but it's according to them, all the plants that are marked 50% off definitely need to come out of the pots that they're in. So I know I'm not supposed to be doing this now. I'm late for this now, but this thing's just losing, well, it's lost tons of leaves, and it's gonna croak anyway. These tips, a lot of these tips have really okay living tissue still, but I mean, I don't want the tips. So yeah, I was hoping for something really small. I like the really small trees. See it. So this was a $25 plant. But we got it for $12.50. I don't know if we got taken or not. We'll find out. I'm gonna dig into it. I'm just gonna go for it. It's gotta come out of this, and I'm not gonna put it in the ground. So I'm just gonna try and start it and see what happens. So I've been teasing this away a little bit here at the top, and quite a few fine feeder roots. Nice looking roots, I think. But I'm not getting, there's nothing interesting happening with this trunk. It seems to be staying pretty straight. And so I'm not really interested in a straight trunk. I want a short squat. So I'm going to pull it out of the container, start going from the bottom up, and see what my limitations are there. That's what my roots are looking like. It looks like some larger roots in here traveling around. This plant looked like it belonged in a small container, and I wanted a small squat tree. If I'm looking at like pinky to thumb there in Shohin, that's kind of where I'd like to try and keep it. I know it's a whole different realm, but gotta try. I'm gonna work the bottom up and see what it looks like. I took a significant amount off of the bottom, but I also came down farther on this trunk. I did kind of find, I don't know, some people would think it's interesting, some people wouldn't like it. I think it's pretty gnarly. It's kind of the little tree that I want. Short, squat, gnarly. That's what I'm hoping to get out of it someday. I'll try and find a better angle for you to see what's going on here. I'm trying to find a nice wide base, because I want this tree to look powerful at the base. I think right now I'm kind of leaning on something like that for the front. So I'm gonna work this a little bit more. This is what I'm gonna put it in. It's bigger than I want it to be, but I think for this first initial potting, it'll be appropriate. Hopefully the tree makes it and I can get this thing smaller. Now that I've decided that that's somewhere in there is pretty much gonna be my front, I'm gonna go ahead and start choosing some of the branches that stay on this. The first thing I want to address, and I probably could have addressed it a long time ago, but before I started doing the root work, it might have made things easier to get some of these branches out of my way, is this piece right here. I see keeping this, but this has got 4 branches all coming out of the same spot right here. And maybe I can show you what I see here. So I think I'm seeing a little bit of a difference right here. And from here to here, there's kind of a collar kind of forming right there. Now, I don't see it as much from this side. The danger is how to make these big cuts and to try and get them to heal the best way possible. My understanding is that if you have a collar or a shoulder there that you can cut to that will compartmentalize, the tree compartmentalizes the damage and it won't die down past that collar. So this could be trouble here, but I don't have anything big enough to get the whole thing at once, so I'm gonna carve away at it. I just want to get a nice clean edge there where I'm just into the green. I think the better choice here would be actual putty, but I don't have any yet, but I'm working on it. It's a nice cool morning here, no wind at all, but I'm gonna go ahead and wet my roots. trying to err on the little more conservative side. I've got to decide about these two branches. One of them's got to go, otherwise I'm going to end up with more inverse taper than I've got already, which I'm going to have to try and disguise someday, hopefully with some strategically placed branching. This branch has really got the best growth out on the tips, which I think I'm going to have to leave on for now, just so that there's movement in the tree, that the water transpiring from those leaves will keep movement and hopefully encourage some growth here on the interior. It's also a little bit smaller than this bigger branch. But the problem that I end up getting into then is if I lose this branch and I keep this branch, can I keep this branch directly below it? Because I think I need to, at least for now, for the health of the tree, and until I see what happens later, if it makes it. So I'm going to go ahead and remove this larger branch here at the back. I have this branch here above it, and it does have a little bit of growth happening on the tips, and also a little tiny itty bitty right there. Of course, we'll see what happens with that after all this work, but and I think the other branches on the tree are, as far as primary branches coming off the trunk, are, I think they're set up okay. I'm gonna clean these junctions up where I've got obvious flaws and problems. But I'm gonna leave anything along on this tree that has leaves, so that hopefully I encourage some growth. So this bottom branch has no growth on it at all. These two branches have both got leaves. I think they'll pull sap. This one is all dying and falling off, so I'm going to take this one off. Let's see, that's got leaves. This has got leaves. On that branch. Don't think I want this growing down. That branch has got leaves on the end. This is trying to grow new leaves here. So yeah, that's kind of where I'm at with it. Obviously I want everything to be growing within a space like this. But for now, I think I want these leaves on here to help build some strength. See, this is not good. I don't want an angle. I don't want such an obtuse angle right here. So take this middle branch out. I don't think. There's this leaves. Yeah, I'm taking it. Alright, I'm gonna get this poor thing in a pot. I want to tie this tree in. I want to secure it. I'm starting to feel more and more strongly about securing these trees in. This isn't a planting that I'm gonna want to pile rocks on. Going to do a single layer of this larger soil on the bottom for an aeration layer. So this is just a top dressing of dried sphagnum moss and regular collected moss. Try and get the moss growing evenly over the surface of this. This could really be a challenge on a windy day. I'm having a little trouble on a breezy day. But we'll see how it waters in now. The last thing that I think I want to do is to take off any blossoms that might be on the plant. I don't think it needs to be spending energy on flowers right now. Find out after I do this. I'll look it up online and it'll say absolutely leave the flowering buds on a dying Ceanothus. So that's all I've got for this little plant. It's super long and leggy right now, but hopefully it'll encourage some growth in this, freeing up these roots. Maybe I went too far. I don't know. And maybe I've got too much on the top still for the amount of root I left. I don't think so. I'll watch it real close and see if it starts to bud. See if I get some new growth on it. And as I do, hopefully, as I do, I can start making some more choices. So, Ceanothus or California Lilac. Thanks for watching. Take care.